What's going on, guys? Hey, listen, this is one of those fragrances that is most people's early purchase. You know, when we talk about people getting into clones, dupes, and inspireds, this seems to be a fragrance that everybody kind of picks up first. You know, your 1 through 10 purchase early in the game. For me, it is like my 177th purchase. So I got this way late in the game. And to be honest, there's a couple of good reasons why, but nonetheless, I found a steal for it at Burlington, so we're going to talk about it. Strap up. All right, welcome to the Scent Bubble. I am your host for the afternoon. Hey, let's not waste time here. This is from the house of... I want to say it's Latafa. Yeah, from the house of Latafa. My bad, it wasn't on the bottle. This is, can you guess? Almost looks like Jeremy Fragrance's fragrance. It has a magnetic cap. This is Qaed Al Fursan from the house of Latafa. Why didn't I pick up this fragrance earlier? Well, I'm going to be quite honest. You know, everybody gets Club De Nuit Intense Man. And that's a pineapple fragrance. It's crazy how many people refer to it as lemon. I get pineapple from CDN, man. But nonetheless, it has pineapple in it very distinctly. To my nose, absolutely. And this is a pineapple fragrance. So I said to myself, why would I get anything other than Club De Nuit Intense Man or limited edition? Why would I get another pineapple fragrance? I'm not the biggest sweet fragrance guy, and I heard that this pineapple is sweeter. But I found it at Burlington. I posted this on my community page. Said, hey, this fragrance is going for like 17 bucks. So I picked it up. Let's dive right into this. This will be a quick review, I think. Sweet pineapple. That's all I heard about it. What does this smell like? It is a sweet pineapple. What does that smell like? Sorry, I'm just pulling up Fragrantica here, just so I have it queued up because I realized I didn't queue it up before the episode. It's a bit Baccarat Rouge-y. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very, very sweet. Like not overly, not overkill. It's at my limitation, my max. It's got to be a unisex fragrance. Yeah, yeah. This is a young guy fragrance. This is a young guy fragrance. If older men wear this, it's got to be a layering fragrance. It's just a little too sweet for my liking. I notice a lot of people, there's some people occasionally that come by my page and they comment once and they leave, but I'm still going to address it because it's happened a few times now. Some of you guys get mad that I talk about sweet fragrances and say those are fragrances for young boys or young men, or I seem to demasculinize people with my commentary on sweeter male fragrances. And listen, guys, I'm not the lord of fragrance. What I say does not go. I have a tiny fragrance channel. I'm surprised people even watch me. Real story. I'm just speaking with my mind. In my mind, certain fragrances smell like something a younger male would wear. Obviously, older men wear sweet fragrances, right? I mean, you can see it. If you're watching my channel, that means you've definitely watched Bowtie Fragrance Guy, Equality Fragrance, Gent Scent, Chaos Scents. You've watched all the heavy hitters. You know what I'm saying? And so they've mentioned sweet fragrances all the time, even gourmands and stuff like that. So I am not the lord of fragrance. So when I say a fragrance smells young to me, it does to me. Sometimes I might kind of downplay the masculinity of somebody who might wear a sweet fragrance, but it's more of me trying to communicate what I'm smelling and the vibe that I'm getting and how my brain is working. I'm fully aware that sweet fragrances are not only for females, But you also can't recognize, you also can't deny the cultural implications of certain notes in fragrance. Women are notoriously known for having sweet, fruity, sugary, gourmandy type fragrances, clean fragrances, right? And so, per usual, typically when you smell a really, wow, that was a crazy freeze frame, but we're going to keep it. Typically when you smell a very sweet fragrance, to my nose, I immediately think feminine. And I don't think that that's in a disrespectful way. I think that's how we've been programmed a bit. Now, there's some sweet fragrances that I smell and I say, wow, this is masculine. But it's never really because of the fruitiness or the sweet, or it's never really because of the sweet notes. It's because of everything that the sweet is interacting with around it. Woodiness, freshness, aquatic, even some florals, herbals, mineral, things like that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm ranting. I don't want to waste this on a long episode, but guys, no disrespect, man. If you're wearing a really sweet fragrance or a fragrance that I might not be a fan of, rock out. In fact, tell me in the comments, hey, I love this. Anyone who's put in the comments, hey, we got two different noses. I love this fragrance. Even like the tobacco and tonka bean from Banana Republic. I had a few guys on there say, I love this fragrance. And I'm glad that they actually did. Even though 90% of the people in there said, made hilarious comments about why they don't wear it. I appreciate people going against the grain and saying, hey, I don't agree with you. I like wearing this. It contributes to the conversation of fragrance. In fact, it also validates other people that feel the same way as you. My place is not meant to be a one-sided perspective of fragrance. On video, yes, but in the community chat and in the commentary and in the analysis and how we get down as a community, it's open game. We're not insulting anybody here. If you love fragrance, you're in. You're in the club. So anyway, back to the fragrance. Very fruity, sweet. Not typically my fragrance. I might layer it, but I'm lazy. So I've released layering videos and stuff, but I typically like to grab and go a fragrance. Let's just go ahead and look at this. Top notes: fruity, sweet, woody, tropical, fresh, amber, warm, spicy, white, floral. So really a lot of the, in my opinion, masculine things that would kind of turn this up a little bit more for men is going to be in the woody, the spicy, the metallic, the freshness. But as you can see, it is a fragrance for men and women. I actually think that this leans feminine. It is a good use of pineapple. The saffron's very much light. Jasmine and balsam, I don't get those distinctly, but they're certainly assisting in how the peach is coming off, which is that the peach is very much wine reduction. The way it smells like it would go good on some like roasted chicken. You know what I'm saying? You're putting some warm amberiness with the sliced pineapple, and you're throwing it on the frying pan. You're stewing it up. You're jus-ing it up, and it just turns into a nice pineapple glaze. That's what this smells like. But the balsam and jasmine and saffron kind of lighten it up with this little airiness and a little bit of freshness, but it's still a very subdued pineapple. Pungent, but subdued. It's not zingy like Club De Nuit Intense. It's completely different take on it. Warm amber, absolutely. Cedar, definitely get that. Agarwood oud, not so much. So this, in a nutshell, is pineapple, saffron, jasmine, amber, cedar. Less balsam and oudi. As far as percentage distribution, pineapple saffron represents about 40 to 50% of this fragrance. 10% jasmine, then 40-ish% cedar, amber, leaning heavily on amber. It's mostly an amber pineapple type of fragrance. Jasmine, saffron, cedar sitting in the background, just trying to make this a neutral male fragrance, accessible or wearable by men. If those were even, again, I think it leans towards women, but nonetheless, it's a decent fragrance. I don't want to waste too much time on this video because I've been blabbing, but do I think it's a good fragrance? I'm gonna be honest with you. I give it a 7 out of 10. Very average for me. I think if you wear this by itself, it will smell very kind of Middle Eastern, just due to like the spicy rendition of the pineapple. It smells more spicy, spices and amber. Um, as a layering fragrance, it's very like neutral. You know what I'm saying? Male and female, sweet, light baccarat rouginess, but more leaning pineapple, but still very much sweet and fruity, and um, age age for this fragrance, I think teenager to 25. I don't feel like you could wear this 25 and up. It just, again, completely in my opinion, as you move up in age, going with something so heavy on fruit, you have a higher possibility of smelling like the girl you're hanging out with. And I'm just going to leave it like that. I wish this had more woods in it. I wish it had more freshness. That's why I gave it such an average rating. This smells like they put together an incredible base for a fragrance and just got lazy and didn't dress it up to be complex or layered at all. It's just like, oh, amber and pineapple. It is sweet and it is fresh, but there's a lot of female body mists that have this element. It just smells a little bit more quality than that. But from my looks, I've seen a lot of people, they rank this pretty high in their collection. Not quite for me. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. A lot more fragrances that go in the realm of pineapple, sweet and fruity, that still feel very much masculine and robust. But also, even just in the sweet category, this is not anything new. This is not anything interesting to the sweet DNA profile. So I'm judging it from those two respects. I got it for $17. So for $17, is it worth it if you find it? If you like sweet fragrances, yes. If as a man you don't like sweet fragrances, you can do sweet but prefer other things going on more dominantly, do not get this fragrance. Only if you like sweet will you like this fragrance a lot. And I think if you do like sweet, you can't rank this more than an 8 or a 9 out of 10 in general. Is this cloning anything? Let's just check. Qaed Al Fursan clone of Nishane Hasivat. I'm just curious of the note. You guys could see the screen with me, so I'm not killing your vibe. Okay, men and women fragrance. Dominantly woody, though. Okay. I'm going to guess that in Hasivat, that oak moss, wood, and cedar and patchouli are more involved in this fragrance to kind of masculinize this. But I don't know. I've heard a lot about this fragrance. What do people say? Don't blind buy. It's Aventus DNA. There's a difference. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so clone of Nishane Hasivat, I can't speak to how close it is, but nonetheless, it's a decent fragrance, guys. Is there a reason why... Did the lighting get jacked up here? Wow, okay. Anyway, appreciate you guys for rocking with me. Like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bell. We're dropping episodes and interacting in the community every single day. I appreciate you guys for all of your support. Most importantly, your interactions. I have close to 500 subscribers, but maybe about 30 of you comment, which is actually really crazy. That's dope that you guys are interacting, but to me, that's my community. The rest of you guys, I know you consume and watch the content, but I can't put a name to a face. I don't know who you are, so you guys are just, I guess, thank you for the views. But other than that, I really appreciate people who take the extra step of communicating on my channel. So with that being said, hope you guys have a blessed week. Love y'all. Until next time, this was Qaed Al Fursan from Latafa, and not a certified banger, but a decent choice. 7 out of 10.